Ye call me chief, and ye do well to call him chief, who for 12 long years has met upon the arena every shape of man or beast the broad empire of Rome could furnish, and never yet lowered his arm. If there be one among you who can say that ever, in public fight or private brawl, that my actions did belie my tongue, let him stand forth and say it. If there be 3, in all your company dare face me on the bloody sands, then let them come on. And yet, I was not always thus. A hired butcher, a savage chief of still more savage men. My ancestors came from old Sparta and settled among the vine-clad rocks and citron groves of Cyrusella. My early days ran as quiet as the brooks by which I sported. And when at noon, we gathered the sheep beneath the shade and played upon the shepherd's flute. There was a friend, son of a neighbor, who joined me in pastime. We led our sheep to the same pasture and partook together our rustic meal. One evening, after the sheep were folded, and we seated all beneath the myrtle which shaded our cottage, my grandsire, an old man, was telling of Marathon and Leuctra, and how in ancient times a little band of Spartans in the defile of the mountains had withstood a whole army. I did not know then what war was, but my cheeks burned, I know not why, and I clasped the knees of that venerable old man until my mother, parting the hair off my forehead, kissed my throbbing temple, and bade me to go rest and think no more of those savage wars and old tales. That very evening, the Romans landed on our coast. I saw the breast that had nourished me trampled beneath the hoof of the war horse. The bleeding body of my father flung amidst the blazing rafters of our dwelling. Today, I killed the man in the arena. And when I broke open his helmet clasp, behold, he was my friend. He knew me, smiled faintly, gasped and died. The same sweet smile upon his lips that I had marked in adventurous childhood when we scaled the lofty cliffs to pluck the first ripe grapes to bear home in childish triumph. I told the praetor the dead man had been my friend, generous and brave. And I begged that I might bear away the body, to burn it on a funeral pile and mourn over its ashes. I, upon my knees, amid the blood and dust of the arena, I begged that poor boon. While all the assembled maids and matrons and the holy virgins they called Vestals, and the rabble shouted in derision, deeming it rare sport, forsooth, to see Rome's fiercest gladiator turn pale and tremble at the sight of that piece of bleeding clay. And the praetor drew back as though I were pollution, sternly said, "Let the carrion rot. There are no noble men but Romans." And so, fellow gladiators, must you, and so must I, die like dogs. Oh, Rome, Rome, thou hast been a tender nurse to me. Aye, thou was given unto that poor, gentle, timid shepherd lad who never knew a harsher tone in the flute's note. Muscles of iron and a heart of flint taught him to drive the sword through plated mail and links of rugged brass and warm it in the marrow of its foe. To gaze into the glaring eyeballs of the fierce Numidian lion, even as a boy upon a laughing girl. And he shall pay thee back until the yellow Tiber is red as frothing wine, and in its deepest ooze thy lifeblood lies curdled. Ye stand her now as giants, as ye are. The strength of brass is in your toughened sinews. But tomorrow, some Roman Adonis, breathing sweet perfume from his curly locks, shall with his lily fingers patch your red brawn and bet his sesterces upon your blood. Hark! Hear ye yon lion roaring in his den? 'Tis 3 days since he last tasted flesh, but tomorrow he shall break his fast upon yours, and a dainty meal for him ye will be. If ye are beast, then stand here like fat oxen, waiting for the butcher's knife. If ye are men, then follow me. Strike down yon guard, gain the mountain passes, and there do bloody work, as did your sires at Thermopylae. Is Sparta dead? Is the old Grecian spirit frozen in your veins, that you do crouch and cower like a belabored hound beneath the master's lash? If we must fight, then let us fight for ourselves. If we must slaughter, then let us slaughter our oppressors. If we must die, then let it be under the clear blue sky, by the bright waters, in noble, honorable battle.